My father says that you have been my friend. You came back for me.
You would have done the same for me?
Why would you do this?
Because the needs of the one outweighed the needs of the many.
The time for honoring yourself will soon be at an end.
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
I'm just waiting.
Good look at my face. I am an Oriental.
Kevin.
You sit on a throne of lies.
I don't know about you, Keith, but I thought I'd be on
There are rules.
Oh, come on. Come on.
And the siege was broken.
Try 0000000.
I don't know how much longer I can do this until Kevin shows up. But where's Malone Star? It should be printing. I was supposed to be getting an ETA. Well, I don't know if I was supposed to. I asked for an ETA today, and I have not gotten my ETA yet. But it's at the printer. The printer is paid, so I'm just waiting for books. Once more with feeling. I've got a feel. Oh wait, someone said no singing. Singing.
This is the greatest injustice in the history of the world.
Seriously. All right, I'm gonna switch my camera over to my draw cameras too, and then Kevin and I will be drawing for your entertainment. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Mike. What's going on, buddy? What you drawing?
Secret project.
Oh, cool. So I won't ask too many questions. I'll leave it be.
Leave it be. Yeah, finally I have a couple pages here. This is actually supposed to be another double page spread, but I did it in such a way that I can actually just ink one at a time, and then doesn't, because they're two vertical panels.
Oh,
it's all vertical panels. But yes, secret project.
Oh, sweet.
Fun stuff. Fun stuff. What you working on there, Mr. Giving It All Away?
Oh, yeah. I am working on free sketches for backers tonight, and Mike caught me while I was streaming with a few people. And if you're listening to the stream right now, I think I'm gonna. Well, I know I am. We're going to be doing free sketches for backers. So all you have to do is go to check out Dragon Guard on Indiegogo.
Links in the description.
And then back the book. And once you back the book, you can come here in the chat, drop in your backer number, and I will do you a free sketch of any single character.
He is bribing you to buy his book. Do it.
It's a little extra. I can give something directly to the backers immediately, and
right?
Good faith type stuff, At least that's.
You just hope they don't refund you because you said something that offends someone.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it. I'm also good. One of the caveats now, because I learned my lesson with a few people, the sketches won't go out until after the campaign. So. You can refund, but you may not get a sketch because
did someone zap you?
I have suspicions that a few people took advantage of the rule or the sketches, the pre-sketches, and then
dirty people.
Yeah.
Dirty people. Make them go away.
Just a suspicion, but that's what made me change. One of the rules. It's not. I don't have many, but those are one of them.
All right, guys, if you would please like and share this out, let people know they can come in here and enjoy sort of a studio atmosphere with our friend Kevin, hanging out, doing some illustration work, and talking about what are we talking about?
Anything, really.
Talking about the Beatles.
Or we could talk about books or Dragon Guard or
Books. Talk about the books.
I embarrassed myself with a Boomer musical stream earlier.
What?
Yeah, Roscoe Davis asked me if I made it to 25,000, would I play some guitar on a stream?
Oh, nice.
And I haven't played in months, so I got to really play crappy for everybody.
Yeah. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Boomer the musical, Mark Anthony calls it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I called the stream. I named it Boomer the musical.
Comics Bear says, tell us about Bitcoin, Mike. Yeah, baby. Today was the halving. The halving, which is something that happens about once every 4 years in Bitcoin. I don't want to bore everybody, but I can.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so you'll be educating me. So,
well, I don't want to bore people. You don't know anything about Bitcoin at all?
Mostly not. No.
All right. So let's see. Does the audience? Mark Anthony says Zzz already. Some people just don't want to hear about it. They don't want to know. They're not interested in the truth.
They listen to me talk. I'm pretty sure it can't be that boring.
Yeah, they'd probably be more interested in hearing like stories about our time in the comic book industry or something.
Oh yeah. Well, those are fun too.
Yeah. Got any good stories we haven't heard yet?
Man, I do, but they all involve people that could come back and bite me in the ear. So it's like, how bad do I want to start stuff with other people? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been around a few people like Ron Mars and Mark Waid personally, and they're all hot topics of conversation here lately. So
yeah, you know what? I don't. In person, I've met Ron in person, and he was a terribly pleasant fellow. So I don't know about. And have I met Mark in person, or have I just worked with him? I know I've talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
It might have just been when we were working together. We worked on JLA together.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I've had my situations with Mark where he's been pleasant to me, and then, like I mentioned to you before, I'm sure I said something about it like last week, but he was stuck in a situation where he was forced to work with me because of a punishment that was put on him or put on me by the guy that owned CrossGen, and he was kind of like forced to work with me because of some kind of crazy, what they figured would be a punishment for me. And
working with Mark Waid is a punishment.
Well, I think they were trying to punish me by.
Honestly, dude, I don't care what anybody says about his personality. Mark Waid is one of the most talented comic book writers.
Oh yeah,
of all time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was happy at the time. But it was a screwy situation, and it's hard to explain. It really is. But they were basically, Mark kind of huddled in his own office and didn't want to be bothered with a lot of things. And
a lot of internal politics and crap.
Yeah, and they made sure they kind of tortured him by making him do other things. And I was one of those pet projects. So, you know, it's one of those things. And then there's the one run-in I had in with Tom Brevoort.
Yeah, I worked for Tom once.
No, did you?
Yeah.
Hopefully you had a better experience with him than I did. I didn't even work with him. I just met him, and he was a douchebag.
Was he?
Yeah.
I just worked on him. It was Hulk. I think Hulk 35 or something. And it was because he called me up and he asked me if I wanted to do a part of an issue of the Hulk, because they were looking for multiple different artists for it, because it was written by John Byrne. And I'm like,
Ooh.
does John know that you're offering this to me? And he's like, no. I'm like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
John hates me.
Why?
Because I was a jerk to him.
Oh.
But he was a jerk to me first. But apparently that part doesn't really matter. But yeah, I got to work, on John Byrne's script of the Hulk.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. But that was the only time I'd ever worked with Brevoort. Only time I ever probably ever interacted with it, if I can remember.
Yeah, mine was. He was just such. I gotta watch my language. He was such a jerk the time that I met him, and I was just trying to figure out. I was like, dude, why are you like this, man? And I had been sending samples in and this and that, and I happened to go to a Philadelphia show, and Brevoort was there with Axel Alonso and a couple other people, and Axel was amazingly really nice and friendly and kept in contact with me, but nothing ever came of it. But I showed Brevoort my stuff, and he was sitting at a table, and it was a portfolio review. And I handed him a packet of photocopies of my stuff, and this was 2004, maybe 2005, something like that. And Brevoort just lost it. He was like, I know who you are. I've seen your stuff before. And just
wait, what did he say? He knows who you are, and then what?
Yeah, he's like, I mean, he just really visibly just got all agitated, like an angry chipmunk or something. And he just was like, I know who you are. I've seen your stuff before. I've got it. Yeah, and I was just trying to hand him a packet. And it was so rude and so crazy. And I was like, what the hell? And I walked away.
Now, that's all in the inflection, because if you had written that in a script, you really could have said that very, very favorably.
Yeah.
I know who you are. I've seen your stuff before.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was just like, maybe he's just having a bad day or something. And man, that was incredibly rude. And then I walked away from the Marvel booth and basically was pointed a certain way. And it had this red carpet all around it. And then I walked around the booth to meet the people that was around the back side of the booth to meet with the people that I had rode to the show with. And we were standing there, and he goes, well, how'd it go, man? And everything. And I said, dude, I don't know what happened. This guy kind of lost his mind. And about that time, as I said that, around the corner comes Brevoort stomping and just really visibly agitated, and trips over they had 2 easels with signing times and information on it. And he trips over both of them and falls flat on his face. And I was like, wow, I believe in instant karma right now. And it was so bizarre, and I'm like, maybe he's had a bad day, but man, I've never had the occasion that you could kind of treat people that wanted to show me their stuff like that. And it was so bizarre. And but anyway, there's a small little story to entertain people, I guess.
Honestly, man, if you're in that bad of a mood that you can't treat people that you're meeting with respect, then just go home.
Yeah. And I don't know what happened. It was just one of those few things where I don't know. I don't know if I violated some protocol. I stood in line politely, shut my mouth, waited for my turn and everything. And Axel Alonso was really, really friendly to me and talked to me about the Hulk book, because I was really trying to hit, because this was when he was editing it right before the whole Planet Hulk stuff. And so he had sent me scripts and things, tryout scripts and stuff.
What are you guys doing? the point of Media Free Monday is that you stay off the computers, not that you look for other things to do on the computers.
I've got to do that with my kid.
All not his fault. He told me to do it.
Yeah, they had all kinds of fun outside today because they weren't allowed to be on the computers. But
Oh, that's awesome.
for some reason now they're.
We've got like a cold snap here on the east. So. And I need to go on to YouTube because I can't see the chat right now.
Yeah, sorry, I've been ignoring. Let Kevin know I am loving my bribe more and more, says Gotham Knight.
Okay, yeah, Gotham Knight got the She-Ra.
It's a great bribe, man. If I wasn't so busy, I might be tempted to bribe some people myself. At this point, honestly, doing work other than my pages is just costing me money.
Yeah.
So I mean, like even the Friday night auctions, the thing, it was nice and everything, and it's like instant money. But seriously, I should have been working on pages because I get paid for these.
Yeah, exactly.
And I also want to be working on Lone Star 3 at the same time. So
yeah, that is the trade-off, man.
Yeah, I mean, even like I do Drawn and Quartered. I do that for you guys. I do it for the fans.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not growing my channel like it used to. So I'm not getting. I don't know. I don't really know. My wife's like, you should do something different, to try to mix it up because it's really not growing the channel like it used to. It used to be every week Drawn and Quartered I'd get 20, 30 new subs just from D&Q, and now it's just maybe a couple or a few, but
yeah, I hear you, man. Well, it definitely didn't help. Certain people are trying to sabotage a lot of things too. So you have people that are complaining or constantly berating.
Yeah.
That doesn't help anything. So I understand that. Just got to find a new class of people or different people to advertise this to and try a couple of new things.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty interesting when we did the Friday night auction and D&Q at the same time. That was pretty cool.
That was fun. That was.
It was a good idea.
Pencil for Life says the auctions kept me going while I wasn't working and taking care of my mom. Thanks so much, brother. Hey, man, I was happy to do it for you, man. That was Brad in the chat.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Hey, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to whatever. I appreciate the fans coming and supporting, artists because even like Eden, making a few $100 a month is like for a kid that's phenomenal, and she's got like acting classes to pay for and all this other stuff she wants to do, and it really helps out. So I've been trying to get her to quit the acting class for for a couple of years now, but she still wants to do it. So she's like paying for it with the acting or her drawing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Encouraging people to be, your kids to be entrepreneurs to an extent. And
yep,
they're doing the board game through Kickstarter and stuff, man. Those are good influences.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to do any more of those. I've got games I want to do, but just so limited in bandwidth.
Oh, yeah.
Matt C says, okay, hear me out. What if you didn't make a comic for a while and just did D&Q art every day? Yeah. No. I have long-term goals I need to achieve, and making the comics is the goal. So, yeah, I kind of gave him Kevin Spacey mouth.
A what?
I said I kind of gave him Kevin Spacey mouth.
Oh,
I just noticed that after I inked it. Wait a minute.
are you actually drawing in ink, or do you have blue under there to ink?
I have blue under there, but I'm kind of changing things a little bit as I go.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing some crazy Kim Jong-un
Oh, no, heck no.
type stuff.
Heck no, man. You have to be a real talent like him to pull that off. There's some guys that do something like that, but it's nowhere near just his level of proficiency and understanding like form and structure underneath all the stuff he's drawing. It's just unique, it seems to me. I don't know anybody can get anywhere near it.
Yeah. I definitely hear that. Wow.
Mark Anthony says, I have a need for self-actualization, the highest tier of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I don't even know what that is. Do I sound ignorant if I say I don't know what the hell he's talking about?
Mark Anthony throws out a few things here and there. He definitely will leave you going, huh? So you know you're dealing with somebody that's very well read, at least.
He's secretly Jordan Peterson.
Well, whoever he is, I'm thankful, man. Thank you, Mark Anthony.
Yeah. Well, these guys are just such fantastic supporters, you know.
Yep. Absolutely. So were you talking earlier about having the book at the printers and all that good stuff?
Yeah, printers paid. The books are I don't know where they are in process, but I'm just waiting to get an ETA on when they'll be here. I have a question actually about well, I guess it's not important for here, but some business questions I have about what exactly I am paying for.
Gotcha.
But yeah, everything done on my end. So just I want to get an ETA so I can, because I don't want to do another update until I have an actual ETA.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So that's what I'm waiting on.
Well, I'm curious. I want to know what you think about their print quality and everything else, so I can feel a little bit more self-assured that.
Well, I mean, you've seen books they've done.
Oh, really?
Haven't you?
Are we talking about who went through? What Doug went through? And oh, okay, all right, yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, I got no doubts about the quality.
Okay, cool.
Is that a brush pen Mike is using? It is indeed. It is a very cheap $4 Pentel brush pen with a reservoir. But I pretty much, I'm not really using the reservoir. I still have an ink well over here. Because if I have too much ink in the reservoir, then it overfills and then I don't get a nice hair thin line. I have to deal with just big glooping, big gloopy thick lines, and that's not the point of using a brush for me. So yeah, and you are over there on the East Coast, so when you do your printing, dude, your turnaround time is going to be like nothing.
Awesome. That will be helpful.
Mine has to come across the country.
Oh yeah. You add a few days there, maybe 2 or 3, maybe.
Yeah, that was my question. I guess I'll just tell you guys. Friggin', they charged me California sales tax.
Ooh.
And I'm like, you're not a California company. Why are you charging me California sales tax? So, yeah, I don't know about that. I'm sure we can figure that out because I do have a seller's permit. So I should. Problem is, I was so eager to just get everything done. I didn't read the invoice. I just paid them.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then after I paid him, I read the invoice. I'm like, why? You guys are not even in California. You shouldn't. Of course, then I remember something about the government making it like state sales taxes and stuff going across state lines.
Mm-hmm.
Remember something about that?
Yeah. I can't say I know it from personal experience or anything, but I know that for certain products, I know that they've been increased. Like here in Virginia, they've increased. There's an extra tax for Virginia because now, like, certain people I know, they vape, and because the products they get are from other states, Virginia has an extra tax on that for shipping prices, and so it sounds something similar to what you're talking about.
Well, I wouldn't put it past California to just charge anyone sales tax for sending stuff into California.
Yeah,
because we are a bunch of commie jack-offs here. So, not me, but you know, the people that run the state.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't see how you do it. I'm surprised you haven't tried to move somewhere else as much as the BS you got to deal with.
I know.
All of that.
It's just so nice here.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that was you know, when you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars, when you tack a 7.5% sales tax on, you're like, well, hey, wait, what?
Exactly. Oh, the She-Ra drawing. Somebody wants me to hold it up here, show everybody. All right. Once again, here's the She-Ra. Cool.
It's beautiful, man.
Hey, thank you, Mike. For a 30-minute sketch or so, that's not too bad, I guess.
Mr. Hellstorm says the weather is not worth it, Mike. Well,
I'm going to find reference for Zatanna. And everybody that's watching, please go back Dragon Guard. If you back Dragon Guard and come back here to Mike's stream, drop in your backer number, you get a free sketch. I can't make it more cooler than that unless I start giving you money. And I can't do that because I'm poor.
Everyone should be doing that if they have not already. It's Kevin's foolishness is your gain. Madness, I tell you. Madness. But definitely cool for the backers, man.
Yeah. It's the best chance I can get to kind of build up some goodwill with my backers and show them that I'm committed to you guys and getting you some stuff out there even early on before you're even getting your books, you know. So that's the thought behind it anyway.
How's the book coming?
Not too bad. Not too bad. This the last week and a half though, I kind of slacked off on some pages because I'm trying to do 2 double page spreads and fixing the one that you helped me on, and then doing the other double page spread that I can't seem to make my mind up on the layout, and then all these the backer sketches that kind of kick my butt. So this week is definitely nose to the grindstone and get back into the swing of things. Yeah,
dude, I love it. I love just being in the middle of. It makes me. I don't even want to waste time streaming. Like not streaming like this is one thing. Streaming like this is fine because I'm hitting. You know, it may not be the best YouTube in the world, whatever. But I'm getting work done and hanging out, and there's people who still appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I don't know all the other, you know, making videos or just live streaming when I'm not being productive, just like talking into the screen,
Mm-hmm.
hanging out, people talking in the street. I don't know. It's just feels like unproductive to me.
Yeah. I honestly, that's one of the things that I'm having the trouble with, because I know everybody, or at least a good chunk of certain people that are doing books and live streams, are saying you gotta promote, you gotta do streams, you gotta do this, and I'm like, dude, I really don't, I cannot with kids and trying to draw the book and doing commissions and make money, things like that. I don't have the time to edit videos and put them together and stuff. I'm like, dude, that's crazy, man. It feels like a waste of time.
Yeah, I have multiple videos. I have the scripts written for a couple different videos I want to do. I just haven't have the time to just sit down and record and then tell my son to do the editing. It's like my time is so overtaxed already.
Oh, is it Elijah that knows how to do that, or?
Yeah.
Oh man, wow. So you've even got help to do that one. That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I even went and when I went yesterday to Walmart, and I did a what do they call it, time lapse video of me walking around Walmart looking for the Allegiance Arts books. Yeah. And then I have them. They're right here.
Oh, cool.
I got my Allegiance Arts books, and then I got all 4 of them.
Oh, did you? Oh, cool.
And I did a little recording thing, but then I have to, upload those, stitch them together, whatever. It's like, toughest.
Well, huh? I don't have any. I don't really have a lot of technical skills, so I imagine for you it's goes a little faster, but it's got to be a little time.
Right. Indeed. All right. You could stop playing video games, dude. I haven't even played Age of Empires in like 2 weeks. I've been just busy. The thing is, once I got the green light to work on this, and I finished writing the script for Lone Star 3, dude, I don't want to do anything else. I love drawing. I know it sounds weird. I love drawing comics. It's what I've wanted to do since I was a kid, and like I said, I get paid on these pages, and I want to work on Lone Star, so I have and I'm a workaholic, so you think I want to just stop working and play video games when I have all this awesome fun stuff I could be doing?
Man,
weirdly I don't.
I'm impressed with your ability to haul butt and accomplish so much. I know you did with Magnificent Seven. And
yeah, I have that to work on, to deal with too. I need to just get so much to do.
But dude, you just, every time I see you, you're just hauling butt on that stuff, man.
Thank you. This is page 6. I've got 6 pages, or actually this one's almost done. So I've roughly got 6 pages done on this project, and I've got 5 pages done on Lone Star 3. And I just started a couple weeks ago, so I get dedicated, man.
You've got a level of confidence. That's my only.
Oh! P Money is Dragon Guard backer 409 and wants a Zatanna.
Oh, really? P Money too?
P Money.
Cool, man. Thank you, P Money. I appreciate it, buddy.
Now you do have to understand that is Canadian money, so I'm not sure if it's real. Why is the cat missing? Get that cat away. I don't like that cat. Professional burrito tester. Burrito sounds good. You could pay in Bitcoin. Oh yeah. There you go.
Oh wow, Dennis Peru, dude, thank you, man.
What did Dennis say?
Well, I probably shouldn't say anything. I'm looking at my contributors here and stuff, so I need to go in the chat though and see if everybody's got their sketches because I kind of ducked out for a second. I have an iPad to the side, keeping track of the stream. Let's see here, because I need to take care of the people that are actually going in there.
And everybody remember, we're doing Dragon Guard DNQ this week. It's gonna be dope.
Oh yeah, right. That's right. Cool, dude. Thank you. I didn't know if we had actually settled on it, but that is awesome.
Yeah, you know what I should do? I should do your cover. Just like
yeah.
Like do one character on the front for the DNQ, and then like just finish the whole thing off later.
Dude, man, do whatever you want. I'm happy to have you along, man. I really am. I know normally I couldn't afford you anyway because that's just something, you know. I'm poor, but the fact that you're willing to help me out, dude, thank you.
Well, you've helped me out, bro. So
I'll do it again too, man, because I love Lone Star. So,
did you read the PDFs?
You know, I didn't get them. I got, for some reason, I know I backed issue 2. I was too late to get in on issue 1, and you sent me issue 1 for reference. I backed issue 2. I know I did that, and I got Monster Hunt as well. But when I got the PDFs, I think I only got Monster Hunt.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I went through and tried to look through my old emails or the Indiegogo notifications and things, and I haven't seen it just yet. And I don't, you know, I didn't think.
Didn't send them through Indiegogo. I sent them through MailChimp.
Oh, okay. Well, I have
so
to
it
go.
might be in your promotions folder.
Yeah. Okay. I'll check around, or it might have actually got auto-directed to spam or junk or something. About that can happen sometimes. But yeah, I definitely saw Monster Hunt, and Monster Hunt looked awesome. The only thing that made me mad about Monster Hunt and really bugged me was it was too short.
Yeah. Mike McMahon says, Backer 242, could I get a Lone Star?
Oh, Mike McMahon. Oh, okay, cool. All right, sweet, man. Okay, and I know, well, man, I don't know if this counts as doxing or not, so I don't want to say anything. Just don't say it. Because I know somebody backed me that is one of your buds, and I don't know if he's posted he wanted a sketch or not. So, all right. So I'm doing the first Zatanna Calliope and Night. I will definitely get you a scan of yours. I don't have it with me because I'm at a different location than where the sketches are. But Calliope and Night, I do have your what does she want? Nightwing. That's right. Actually, Calliope at Night, I think I might have already mailed that as far. If it didn't get to you, I'll draw it again, but I'm pretty sure I thought I mailed it out.
Nip tip just snapped. Look at that.
Oh, no. A quill, man. Cool.
Trash.
Money wants a Zatanna. I'm already doing a Zatanna for Trusty. Was it Trusty Sidekick, I think? And so there'll be 2 Zatannas and Mike McMahon. Right after that, you'll be getting a Lone Star, buddy. Is it okay if I do Golden Age Lone Star or Imaginary Lone Star?
He loves the Golden Age Imaginary Lone Star.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
No, I mean you do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Hey, did you ever sell that one where he's like You know, the first one you did with Iron Cross there and everything?
Let me see. I want to say Dennis Peruch bought that.
Ah.
I think.
Well, Dennis, that is, I believe, a back cover on
Or was it Jeremiah Jones?
Lone Star 2. It's Lone Star 2's back cover. Oh, wait. Is it Lone Star 2's back cover? I used it as a back cover on something.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I want to see that. That's cool. Now maybe it was Dennis. I know somebody bought that.
Muerte?
Maybe. I haven't seen him so long that it's hard to remember. Or at least I haven't seen him in the chat or anything. But Calliope at Night, if you happen to not see it within the next week, please contact me because it should already went out, and I will draw it again if for some reason you didn't get it. I know I showed you guys on one of the live streams. I think I was drawing that Nightwing sketch. So if it doesn't get there in your hands for some reason, if there's a mail problem, then let me know. Cool. Well, thank you, Dennis. Dude, you're much appreciated, dude. He kind of left that one up to me as far as artist choice or whatever. So,
he said he had to leave before you actually sold it.
Yeah. So I want to say it was maybe it may have been Muerta, or it may have been Jeremiah. Well, no, Jeremiah Jones got the alternate cover, my cover for Lone Star Redo. That's what I was thinking of. Okay, so Jeremiah Jones got that. So I am in the dark about who bought the other one.
Yeah, it's hard to remember. We did.
Yeah.
It's like every week selling stuff, shipping stuff.
That would have been right around October maybe, or November, that I would have sold that.
Oh, you know what? I should put my little ticker thing. Where is it?
Oh, cool.
Still got mystery boxes for sale. But yeah, everybody, Kevin's Dragon Guard link is in the description. So please do get on over there and get yourself a free original sketch by Kevin by just backing his book. As for me, if you back Lone Star, then you get something special, PDFs of all 3 books. So not quite as cool as an original piece of art, but I'm busy.
Dude, it's awesome. It's I mean, I would be happy, before everything shipped I could be able to read my book or whatever, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that way you don't have to get your fingerprints all over the books when they get here.
There we go. Okay, so I'm writing everybody's name down on the sketch paper. All right. Let's see. I want to say hey to Eric Hawkins out in the chat, and Calliope Night, Mark Anthony, Mike McMahon, Dennis Peruch, Jeff Potts, Dina. Hey, Dina.
Not here. You know what? I'm going to pop out the chat so I can see it better. And get a nice big version of it on my other screen.
There you go.
Yep. Mouse of Might is available. Oh, White Widow. I don't know if you guys saw that. White Widow, the next White Widow book is out on Kickstarter now. Mm-hmm. And that thing blew up. It went like, I think he fulfilled or met fulfillment, which was like $30,000 or something in like an hour.
Good Lord.
Whew. Yeah. So, hey, that's what happens when you start building up your fans campaign after campaign. It's like they come back. They want more.
That is awesome.
So if you guys have not checked out White Widow, if someone could grab the link and stick that in the description. One of these points we'll have Benny back on here to chat. Chat some White Widow. Oh, and Mike Barron launched a Nexus novel today. Did you see that?
Something about that, yeah.
Yeah, he launched a Nexus novel, and I'm sorry, but to me the coolest thing about that, he's got original Paul Smith pages on there for $250 each. He's only got a few left, but actually I haven't checked in hours, so he may not have any left. But original Paul Smith Nexus pages, $250. I think he had 10 of them available. But yeah, that's also on Kickstarter. So
wow,
right, man. If I had the money, but I need my money for fulfillment.
Understand that too, man. Dude, yeah, I was Eric Weathers, who's got his Battle Brick Road book. He's lettering the book, and man, he launched, and that thing just shot up. I think in his first day, he's up to 20 grand, and I was like,
nice,
dude, that's crazy.
Yep, it's nice when a plan works out.
Yeah.
By the way, just for anyone who may have heard any rumors or whatever, I didn't borrow money from anybody to get my books printed.
Oh, geez. Is that what's going on? I ain't going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything.
Like talking about, it's just stupid.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm just going to say I got to bite my tongue because I'm going to say something and I'm going to probably regret it on Twitter. And besides, your kids are there and I don't want to. Profanity.
Miggs is here. He says, I'm here.
Hey, Miggs. We've imported the live backers. Free sketches for backers over to Mike's Blacklist Universe channel tonight because we're all sitting around drawing. He and I play. And good to have everybody here. I get to piggyback off Mike's audience a little bit.
Yeah, bro. This is Studio YouTube. Hanging out drawing. I wouldn't mind having one more person in here. But I like that, like here we have the split screen so people can watch both of us draw.
Yeah.
And I like it when it's 3 people, if you can see all 3 people drawing. But when it's, it's 4 people or more, they start reducing the size of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so. If like Siege showed up and she wanted to come in and talk crap, then.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it lively. I'm too nice. Sometimes I'm so nice. I'm boring.
No, it's funny. Let me see something. I did want to talk about some stuff earlier, but I never did. What was it? It was. Nope, I did that story. Gosh, I might have deleted them. I had pages open that I wanted to talk about.
Oh.
Now, oh, you know what? That's what happened. I closed out because my what do you call it? My Photoshop was kind of chugging.
Oh.
So I just closed everything out and therefore lost my stories. One of them was the halving.
Yeah.
Bitcoin halving.
Well, I'm going to do something real quick. I'm hearing the call of nature, so if I can step out just for a second, I'll mute and I'll be right back. Okay.
Hi, man. It's the call of the deep doo-doo bird. All right, let me get back to chat, back to reality. Kevin Unleashed. Kevin's piece is gorgeous. Of course it is. It's Kevin's. Kevin is one of the great unsung heroes in comics. He's one of the most skilled artists that never had that chance to just get put on a top tier book for, a year or 2 years. And that's what it takes, man. That's what it takes to really get your name out there. Heck, you can have less talented guys, less skilled artists, but they land on a title and they sit on it for years and they become quote unquote popular. They become better known just because of the consistency of being on a title. Whereas then you get somebody like Kevin, and he's just obviously freaking super, super good. But they use him. The editors use him as a pinch hitter. They use him for 3 or 4 issues here, or half an issue there, or whatever it is, because he's good and fast. He'll turn around good quality work. But they never stop and think. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's that whole nobody wants to be first, but everybody wants to be second kind of mentality. Like, editors aren't looking to put unknowns on books long term. They're looking to land, bigger name guys. Like when I was on Adventures of Superman, I was literally on there as a placeholder for Ron Garney. I mean, I was on there for a while, but it was like I was supposed to be there until Ron Garney was freed from his Marvel contract. And it just never happened until I went over to work on JLA. Mark Anthony says, right? Yeah. And you have some guys that are just hacks and they end up on books long term, and then, everybody knows their name. I'm not gonna name anybody in particular, but it happens. It does happen. Heck, there's some guys I think are, well, you know what? It's art. People like what they like, so I'm not gonna tell you not to like some artist that you like. You have to play the game like in any major corporation. It's who you know and how well you kiss butt. Yeah. Yep, Kevin is a pinch hitter, never number 1, always number 2. Got to break free and float your own boat. Well, I think he'll if he continues to do Dragon Guard, I think down the road, the money he's made so far on this issue, that'll be like the first day of his next campaign. Everybody's gonna want issue 2 of Dragon Guard when after they've gotten issue 1. And yeah, he's laying the groundwork, man. He's doing the work. He is a hustling man. So do support him if you have not already. And here this time I always thought it was pitch hitter. No, pinch hitter. Pinch, P-I-N-C-H. All the leaves are falling. Kiss what? Patootie. Kiss patootie. Kiss patootie. Tootie. All right. Pinch it and hit it. Marrying the boss's daughter works too, says Captain Hills. How many of you watched The Wrong Guy after I posted it the other day? Such a good movie. I'm going to get 2 pages done today. How's that sound? Meme? What do you meme? I know it's crazy. I cannot believe how clumsy most nations have managed this. Especially mine. We have weeks, even months to be prepared, but nope. And no, oh, I'm talking about COVID or something. Kevin.
Hey, I was just listening a little bit, trying to catch up on what we were talking about while I was gone.
I was just telling people what a terrible, terrible artist you are.
That's okay. I have those days myself. I tell myself all the time.
No, man. I was telling him about, what it's like to be a pinch hitter and how you don't get those breaks because you're not already a name. So nobody's like, oh, let's put him on this, X-Men for 2 years or whatever. It's like, yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And then also you have that wonderful thing where every now and then you get a great editor that you're working with, and then somehow they either get fired, they quit, move on, they move them over to some other division, and then you're kind of left holding the bag going, who do I talk to about more work?
Yeah. Oh, dude, you want to hear my story? So I was supposed to be the artist on Aztec, Mark Miller and Grant Morrison's original book over at DC. It was like their Mark Miller's first book.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was waiting there for like 6 months, waiting for a flipping script to happen. And eventually I just got tired of waiting. And so I went over to Wildstorm, and I went to Jim's office, and I was like, dude, you know what? I have this book at DC, but I'd rather work for you. And, you guys don't give me enough regular work to keep me busy. So, if you can promise me that you can get me regular work, then, I'll call my editor and I'll tell him, hey, sorry, but I'm gonna turn down this book. And so he walks me over to Jonathan Peterson's office. And he's like, John, Mike. Yeah. He's like, yeah. He's like, well, we're going to start getting him regular work from now on. And John's like, okay. So he did. John, good to his word. Good guy. He starts me off on one book. And then 2 weeks later, he quits. After I had quit the other gig, 2 weeks later, he's gone. He quit. And Mike freaking Heisler, who hates my guts, took his job. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So I wasn't gonna do the whole run around with Jim again. So I was just like, fine, screw it, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the right response.
Okay, Snarky Weezer says, Kevin, nice Zatanna, but I am in love with your She-Ra. Maybe a little bit more muscle definition. I'm trying to remember. Snarky Weezer, are you also Gotham Knight? Or are you just saying your opinion about what I should draw versus... I agree, but sometimes people, ladies that are a little bit more buff sometimes are a acquired taste for some people. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what he was trying to say. So I want to make sure I catch... Oh, no, Snarky... Yeah, okay, Gotham Knight says Snarky Weezer, that She-Ra he did, I'm just fine with... Okay, cool. Thank you, Gotham Knight. I was a little confused. I was worried that maybe there was somebody had changed screen names or something. Okay, cool. So it was just an opinion. It was an opinion thrown out there, which is fine. I don't mind it. I just don't want to necessarily change somebody's drawing because of an opinion.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna get 2 pages done tonight. It's so nice to be doing pages that don't have like crazy backgrounds. Even though I love doing those pages, you know. When you can sit down, it's like, oh, it's just a big headshot and then a bunch of little figures and some backgrounds and bam, out.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Your competence is definitely one of those big strengths that you have, man. I wish I could be more like that. You know, I'm always second guessing everything I draw, and that makes me a little slower.
Dude, you're fast.
Yeah, I don't know. I have my days. I have my days where I can be dependable, but then I have my days where I'm like, dude, I suck, and you know, I just fight the page so much, you know. And I look at you, and I'm like, dude, you're like, oh, tonight I did 2 pages. I'm like, how in the what?
Oh, look at this page, right? Mostly empty. This is, it's you know, I'll pay for it because most of the rest of this book does not take place in these big open empty areas. So I don't think the two page a day thing would stick. Although I am the writer, maybe I should just write more open ended. Remember John Byrne wrote that issue where Snowbird is stuck in a snowstorm.
Oh yeah. I wish I could do stuff like that and get away with it, but that won't fly today, man.
So funny.
Comics Bear is out. He says good night, everybody. Good night, Comics Bear.
Good night, Comics Bear. Oh man, it's gonna be so fun to finally be done. It's not gonna be fun to fulfill.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a big, huge pain in the butt, but it's gonna be fun to be done with.
Yeah, weight off your shoulders, man.
Yeah. Well, it's the next chapter, man. You know, it's like I've been stuck in this chapter for so long.
You get to move on to the next one.
Yeah, and then I feel like I can. A lot of that baggage associated with a certain movement that has been turned against me, against my will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you, man. It's still not cool.
Yeah.
You have the image. Now what might go into it?
Like I said, I could go into it, but it stirs up the hornets, so I'll leave it alone.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I hear you, man.
It's
Try to warn people about toxics, or I hate even using the word toxic, but that's the only way I can describe it. But to warn people about these toxic attitudes and toxic behaviors and how it was going to lead to things, and then somebody turns around and then months later says the same thing you did.
Well, the thing that drives me nuts is I fought so hard. I fought against, my friends who were, you know, doing all the, you know, like Doug and Edwin would be saying stuff about Comicsgate, and I'm like, it's not, you know.
Yeah.
They were calling it a cult and they were doing this stuff, and I'm like, it's, you know, just, you shouldn't say that because it's not. They're still good people.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just broad brush everybody. But then I got targeted, obviously, and the people who targeted me put those words in my mouth, and it's like, they wanted me to be anti-Comicsgate.
Yeah.
And I never was. I'm still not. They want you're either all in or you're all out. And I'm like, there was a point in time when anti-Comicsgate was the SJWs.
Mm-hmm.
It was the people, who hated Trump, who hated just all the stuff, and then somehow or another they would pull a magic bunny out of their hat and turned anybody who'd ever just disagreed into anti-Comicsgate, and we had no way to fight that freaking lie. I mean, obviously Doug and Edwin became more anti-Comicsgate.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to turn my back on friends just because I disagree with them.
Yeah.
I was talking to them off screen about, like, hey, come on. But they're like, nope. I'm like, all right. I'm not going to freaking bail on you just because you... Oh, shoot. I hope you didn't see that. Let me see. How fast did that go by?
Yeah, I can agree pretty much with everything you said, man. And there's folks on here, artists and stuff that I like that I'm friends with, and people that I really like, and I won't put them in the middle by trying to say who they are, but I get along with them on Twitter and everything like that, and I have a respect for them, and I start my campaign, and then automatically people are coming out of the woodwork trying to paint me as this and that, and I'm just like, dude, you don't know me. What the hell is wrong with you? And it's like, it's frustrating because you're like, hey man, I don't know you, and I don't know where the hell you're getting this stuff from, but what if I did the same thing to you? And I knew I should have expected it, but I didn't expect it with the speed in which it happened. I guess is the thing, and it's so stupid. That's all I can say. It's so doggone stupid.
It is. And it was all in order to confuse my position about War Campaign.
Yeah.
With me, because I hated War Campaign, or I didn't hate War Campaign. I just disagreed with them, and I really, really wanted them to stop burning down Comicsgate. Heck, for right after all that stuff happened, I changed my Twitter handle to the savior of Comicsgate.
No.
Because I thought that War Campaign was going down. It's like, how can I be anti-Comicsgate if I was actively trying to save it from War Campaign? And now you see, certain people having to deal with the same repercussions, and it's like, what if you had just freaking listened to me? Well, not just listened to me, just had my back.
Yep. I mean,
and now there's people who I don't know. I practically can't even talk to.
Yeah.
It's sad. It really, really makes me sad.
Well, we're just going to forge ahead, and we're going to do the best books we can, and don't pay any attention to that noise. The best way that I can think of to.
Oh, hold on. Mr. Storm says something.
Oh, okay.
You don't need those brainwashed sheep, Mike. The crowd you have here now might not be the biggest, but we are here for you. I don't disagree. And there are sheep, right? But there's I don't know. There's people who just they listen to one thing and that's all they hear. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm happy. I'm glad for every fan, every supporter, every member of the channel, or even just subscriber. And I look forward to seeing where this goes in the future with the next campaign and with this project here. But I mean, Mr. Hellstrom, you have to understand. I've got friends who I don't feel comfortable talking to anymore. People I've known for decades who I feel like have just kind of stabbed me in the back. So that's whether they're sheep or not. It is what it is, I guess.
I'm just looking at reference. I'm listening to you, dude.
In the folder I just showed you.
Then they were not your friends. Oof. Right?
Still on my account.
Are there people of just such...
Still on.
I don't know. Doug makes this really good point about there's very few people who will go to war with you, right? There's very few people who will have your back in the face of a storm. And you never know who those people are until the storm hits. Jeremiah says, I'll be your friend, Mike. Want to play Mario Kart? I'll be right back. I got to turn the AC on. My hands are getting clammy in here.
Oh, okay.
The Caleb we played fix.
Let's see the chat. Let's see. P-Money says, I just told my wife Kevin is drawing me Zatanna, and she said, gee, I wonder why. Oh, that's okay. That is okay. And your Zatanna is coming up. I will make sure I make her as appealing for you as I possibly can, P-Money, okay? And thank you again for backing, by the way. Stick with us. Everybody that doesn't know, I am doing free sketches for backers tonight. If you go during the duration of the live stream, I know we don't have very long, or we may not have very long left, I'm not sure, but during the duration of the live stream, if you back Dragon Guard, come back here, drop your backer number into the chat, let me know, and I will do you a free sketch. Next sketch will be Zatanna, and then the next sketch after that will be, I believe, Lone Star. And so that's where we're going right now.
Lone Star.
Yep. For Mr. Mike McMahon. And so I think our schedule will be free after that, or at least I know somebody. Oh, yeah, Dennis Peruch said for me to pick whatever.
Dennis is a good man.
Yes, he is. Thank you again, Dennis Peruch. You're awesome. Mike McMahon, you're a good man too, dude. Thank you.
Dude, all my subs are good people.
Yes, they are.
It's like, and that's this interesting thing about cultivating. I guess it's the whole you reap what you sow thing, right? And gosh darn it, they're just They're just good people.
Absolutely. I agree. These people.
I don't know what they're doing hanging around with me, but
You're good people, Mike.
happy to see it.
My God.
That's the thing, man. I just, why I'm here. You've been nothing but good to me and the other Drawn and Quarter people, and I'm going to be here. I don't care. It's one of those things. This stupid stuff, the stupid fighting is all dumb to me. I don't really care because at the end of the day, I know who's treated me right, and they've went out of their way to treat me right, and that's you and everybody here. So that's the way it goes. Just try to do our best to be nice to each other, and some of the stuff you have to say no. I ain't getting involved in it. That's not who I am. It's not what I want to be. I don't want to sell my soul just to. Well, I won't say what I was going to say. We'll leave it alone.
Well, you know what I don't want to do? I mean, even with people I don't like, I don't want to revel in other people's misery.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Like that lady from Kickstarter got laid off. I'm not going to celebrate that. I mean, it might be good for me at some point.
Yeah.
I'm not going to celebrate somebody losing their job.
Yeah.
Everybody else has their own set of principles, right? And if someone's set of principles is the opposite of mine, but they truly believe what they're doing for the right reasons, it's like it's not like they're trying to be evil or something. Even if I completely disagree with what they're doing, if they're not evil, they're not sticking babies into freaking ovens, man.
Yeah, exactly. There's a point where I don't need to be glad somebody's going through something to say, hey, I'm glad I don't have to deal with being passed over because of their politics. I don't have to celebrate their misery. I can just shut up, let them be people and know that everybody's hurting right now. Everybody's they're going through a lot because of this thing, and we're lucky to even have backers. Just to still be able to have backers and still people to want to put money in our pockets, and so that very fact, man, is not lost on me, and I don't need to. Yeah, I just what's that saying? I'd rather light a candle than curse the darkness. I think.
There you go. Sow positivity, and you shall reap it. Trusty Sidekick says, it's like my son said when he was little, the best thing for Osama bin Laden is if he became a believer in Christ from the mouths of babes. They say, that's right. And that's, you know what? I would vote. I mean, I wouldn't vote for him. I would pray for Obama all the time. And that's what I would pray, that he truly became a believer in Christ and that God would guide him, to do the right thing. I wouldn't pray for him to freaking have a heart attack or something. It's like,
yeah.
Even your enemies, you have to pray for your enemies in that you want them. You don't want enemies. You want your enemies to become your friends. You want your enemies to become your family. That's a great what do you call it? Redemption, right? It's like if you have someone who just hates you, but they become your friend and you've won over a friend. You have one less enemy in the world and one more friend. It's a great trade-off.
Doesn't happen much for me, but at the same time, I've had it happen. chat for a second to make sure I'm keeping up with everything.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was going to say I'm looking at the chat, seeing if I'm keeping up with everything. Make sure I haven't missed any backers. If there's any new backers or anybody had posted their number in. Erps says, Kevin, are you going to post the Zatanna to your Twitter or Instagram? Absolutely. I'll try to take pictures of all these. And Jeremiah Jones says, P Money just wants 2 boobs and a top hat. They're talking about the Zatanna.
I don't think Ruth would be happy with that.
Oh, Lordy.
Dennis is trying to get P Money in trouble.
Yeah. I'm just going to send P Money a scan of it, or I'm going to send him an email and have a scan of it, and then have that picture of Jesus. You know, like people like scroll down. You know, the little thing where everybody thinks they're going to get some kind of risque photo or something, and it's Jesus with his finger going. We'll do that to P Money. Are you prepared for the most awesome TNA shot? No, sir. You ain't gonna like it. All right, Sidekick, I got your Zatanna in here, and I'm going to move on to the next Zatanna. So if you're watching P Money, you're up next, I think. Let's see. And if I'm going out of order, everybody, if for some reason I missed it, because where I jumped over to Mike's stream, if I've messed up the order, forgive me. I will catch up. We'll get there.
So just remind everybody, Kevin, what are you doing and how are people getting these awesome free illustrations?
Yeah, you get free sketches tonight. We're doing free sketches for backers, and it basically boils down to this. It's if you go to check out the Dragon Guard page on Indiegogo, back Dragon Guard, my new comic. It's a fantasy comic. And if you back it, you will be given in your email a backer number, I believe, and post the backer number in the chat here. Come back here, post the number in the chat, and you back the book, and I will draw you a single character illustration, mostly a bust up sketch, and one single character. And the only other caveat is that the sketches will be mailed out towards the end of my Dragon Guard campaign, because we have people play fast and loose with the rules before and had some refunds after they got their sketches. So it's only been a couple, 3 or 4 here, something like that, but it's something I didn't think of. So now I'm just slightly altering. I am altering the deal. Pray I do not alter it further.
Why people got to do that crap, man?
But that's the only thing. So you
by the way, you should shame them publicly.
Oh, well, if I could absolutely
they stole from you, dude. That is theft.
Yeah, well, I would post their names, but out of respect for the fact that I've got a backer list and all that good stuff, I'm going to respect them and not say it. But I am letting them know that I have my suspicions. I am out there. I'm watching you.
Well, I mean, you know who did it, right?
Yeah, well, it's one of those things is, did they cancel? What makes it even worse is the fact that the people that I have a suspicion that did that chose the lowest tier they could get. So that made it even worse. It's just kind of like, oh man, it's so obvious, and why didn't I even see that until it's too late? It is what it is. Yeah.
I would email them and tell them that if they don't return the art, that their names will be posted, and they will be forever shamed in this and every crowdfunding community.
Well, luckily, some of them I haven't even, I haven't gotten around to mailing them out, and they won't go out.
Yeah,
that's the best way to say it. A lot of the backers that I was getting initially were people that I knew. A lot of people in the chats, so a lot of those guys I could trust, and then luckily for
Here, name them, Kevin.
Who said that?
Yerks.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go back. I'll have to go back and check it out.
Dude, that's what you know what? If somebody gets caught stealing at a place or something, like a store, it's perfectly reasonable to post a picture of the thief. Right? And be like, do not sell to this person. They are a thief. They've stolen from the store. These people are thieves.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Like, let me say it like this. The sketches are free. Everybody knows they're free. I go out of my way to pay for the Mylars to protect them and mail it out and insure the sketches. The people that I suspect I haven't mailed out yet, and the only problem I say suspect is that, you don't know what, because of the virus, you don't know what financial hardships they're having.
No, not the people that you suspect, just the people who they got their pieces and then they refunded.
Yeah.
Give them the option, like I'm telling you, email them and say, if you do not send the piece back, then you will be publicly outed. Or, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe just first ask them, say, hey, I saw that you refunded. Were you planning on buying another piece? Because the free artwork you got was contingent on a purchase. And if you're not going to purchase, then I have to let the world know that you're a piece of crap.
You say it so much stronger than I would, but, it's well said.
Just that.
Yeah, well, like I said, most of them I have caught in time. Like somebody will ask me, "Hey, have you mailed it out yet?" And then I'll go check their information and see that they've already refunded, and they're sitting here asking me, "Have I sent it out yet?"
Wow, really?
Yeah, that's usually how I catch them. Usually.
Wow, you should. Yeah, you should post their names too. That's just dog dirty stuff, man.
Yeah. I knew there was going to be some gaming of the system. I knew to expect that, so I kind of built in my expectations to understand there might be a few, but we've got so far like 30 altogether, roughly 30 refunds. Some of them were people upgrading their tiers, though, so I can't get mad at that,
Yeah, that's natural.
Yeah.
Someone's got a question for me. Steve Thompson says, did you have to fight to be allowed to pencil, Mike? Since you're an incredibly good inker, and I've heard some inkers who are too good weren't allowed to pencil back in the day. At times, yeah. At times. I was kind of shoved into inking because they needed an inker. What's funny is on that Triumph stuff, I was already, I had been an inker for Malibu and for Eric Larson for, I don't know, a couple years by the time I got that work, or maybe just a year. And my editor wouldn't let me ink the book until it was like the last half of the last issue or something. I got to ink my covers. But at the end, he's like, oh, man, I should have let you ink it. I'm like, yes, you should have.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's cool to have a rapport with the editor to let you ink your own stuff and all. I know I didn't get a lot of options to do anything like that.
Yeah.
But then again, I've always hated my ink, so I was okay. I was like, if you can give me somebody really good, then I'm all good about it.
Yeah, I like inking. It's therapeutic.
Man, I wish I had your attitude about it. When I was coming up anyway, I wish I had a better attitude about that.
Well, my attitude at first was really pissy. I was like, "But you said you were going to give me penciling work." And he's like, "Yeah." So I will. We need an inker right now. Pays $40 a page. Okay, I'll do it. Didn't even know how to ink, man. I mean, I'd always, me and my friend Matt would pencil and ink each other's drawings.
Mm-hmm.
But I was using freaking felt marker stuff. I didn't have the faintest clue what a quill was, what a brush was. So took time to learn that stuff.
Whoa! What? Hold on. I'm looking at the chat. Did somebody what? Oh, Jeremiah Jones says I'm about to refund a perk, but it's get a bigger one. Uh-oh. Jeremiah Jones, no, you didn't, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. ID is backer number 411. What character do you want? Let me know, and I'll go check that out, because if you back what I thought you did, dude, holy cow.
What do you back?
The highest tier I have on there.
Nice.
I think. I don't want to speak for him because I'm going to get into trouble if I. Oh no. Okay. All right. He didn't get the highest. Okay, that's good. All right.
Jeremiah, you didn't get the highest tier.
Well, they said the name of the highest tier on there, and I was like, no way. And they were talking about it in the chat, so I got that confused. So thankfully, because I was like, man, Jeremiah Jones has already been huge. He's been awesome.
Yeah. He's one of those guys, man.
Mm-hmm. Thank you guys, dude. Wow, that's just crazy, man. All right, Big C says, backer number 410, Black Canary, please. Whoo! Okay.
Right.
I'm going to have to start writing these down. This is
410?
Yeah.
How many did you have done tonight?
Well, I've got, as far as backers, I'm going to write down. All right, I have Dennis Peruch, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Dennis Peruch makes 5. Jeremiah Jones makes 6, and Big C says, all right, that would make it like 7, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Dang, son.
So I have 7 sketches to do tonight, and that is okay. I am fine with that. Whether or not I can stay up long enough, I may have to do it on tomorrow, and because I don't know if I can stay the whole night. My fiance will kick my rear.
Well, I'm only going to go until I finish inking these 2 pages.
Yeah. But guys, I am writing you down. That's the whole point. All right. Let me see. Thank you, Big C. I appreciate you backing me. And Jeremiah Jones, thank you again, dude.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for backing Kevin too, man. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I mean, just everybody here has been so kind to me, man. Trusty Sidekick, yeah, his was 406, yeah. Now I need to start writing these down. I tell you what, Big C, if you hit me up, because I know some of the screen names on YouTube are a little hard to remember. Make sure you hit me up at my email. I'll put that in the chat. And hit me up at my email. Let me know your address, or if you prefer to have it mailed out. Like I said, The only rule to remember is single characters, and that I'll be mailing out at the end of the campaign, because we've had some rule breakers here. So that's the only other thing. But send me your information, or not your information, but just let me know who you are, what character you got, so that I can match that up in case you want me to mail it out immediately. I know certain people like Lindy Drury had asked me to mail their sketches out with their fulfillment. So I just want to make sure I get that all cleared up with each backer. Sorry about that, Mike. Go ahead.
Did you ever get around to taking a shower today? Sorry about what?
Oh, I didn't know if I was interrupting you or you were trying to get a word in there.
Ah, nah.
Gary is in the chat.
Who's in the chat?
Gary Shippen.
Oh, what's up, Gary? What's up, Gary?
And then Jeremiah Jones, let me know what character you want, my friend. So I'm writing everybody's. I'm just going through everybody. I've taken a slight pause to write down everybody's characters that they wanted.
It's really working for you, though, huh?
Oh, what's that?
Doing this.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It takes a little bit out of you because you gotta move fast and keep up. But yeah, it's a fun little exercise.
The book is done. Gary Shipman's Titan, the Mouse of Might, #1 comic book. Nice. Congratulations, Gary. Awesome. Such a good feeling when the book's done. Get a sketch of Titan. Mike, will there be a perk in Lone Star 3 for those who haven't got Lone Star 1 and 2? Also in Lone Star 4 for people that didn't get one. Yeah, that's the plan. I don't know about Lone Star 4 because I haven't planned that out yet. But yeah, definitely for Lone Star 3, there will be a perk for Lone Star 1 and 2.
Okay, so
That's why I did the redo campaign, so I'd have stock for Lone Star 3.
Trusty Psychic says Gary Shipman has made a hell of a good-looking book in Titan. Watch your language, sir. No. Yeah, man. Gary is just rocking it, dude. Beautiful looking stuff.
Mm-hmm. Titan's gonna be like Gary's brand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean brand like Antonio's brand. I just mean brand like in the word brand.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jeremiah Jones just look. Oh, what? Jeremiah Jones says Kevin Sharp, Hothead. It's a character from Lone Star. Oh, okay, cool. That's the character he wants.
P Money says Kevin Sharp, hey, I'm worried that I'm someone who just cheated you, so I decided to make up for it. So I backed again, and I got the digital as well as the physical. So I upgraded.
Oh, thanks, dude. Thank you,
he's Canadian. He's basically saying he's sorry.
No, dude. I haven't looked yet, but I mean, dude, I don't assume that stuff. I just knew that there were going to be a few people that might try to go, hey, I'm gonna take advantage of this, watch this, he's got a loophole. I mean, there's always that person. But I don't go with that assuming that about my backers. So, you know, you're all good, P Money.
I don't imagine it would have been P Money.
Yeah. All right, let's jump back in here and let's get P Money's Zatanna. I'll start roughing in the finish roughing in the character a little bit here.
Maple syrup incoming. Sorry. Not happening. Jeremiah Jones says, Canadians. I know, right? Canadians need to start investing in Bitcoin so that when they send me money, I can trust it.
Actually, I'm going to go in there and check the backers. Jeff Potts says the back bacon is in the mail. I don't know what that means.
Back bacon.
All right. I'm going to get to take a look at the total. Just because I'm curious, I haven't been really keeping up with it. So if they get quiet just for a second, I'm going to my campaign page.
All good. Captain Hill says, I always thought Canadians were just a myth. Back bacon equals Canadian bacon. Think an egg McMuffin. That's not bacon. It's a lie.
Wow. Okay, we're sitting at boom. We started the night at 25. I think it was around 25,482, and we are at 26,202. So thank you guys,
nice.
Everybody out there. That's cool, man.
It's an $800 night, yo.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Can't complain.
Not too shabby, son. Not too shabby at all.
All right. Now let's get to fixing up this Zatanna real quick. I've got all of a sudden I've got a big backlog of sketches to get caught. Within like the last half hour. It's like, wow, man.
And I can't wait to announce what this project is. Crack that whip. 2,800 more till the next stretch goal. I stopped doing stretch goals. I really should have been doing stretch goals for Lone Star, but
oh yeah, the next stretch goal is the drawn and quartered card set that everybody gets. The artist of drawn and quartered.
Well, don't just jump out with all of the cards at once. You know, first of all, you don't know if you're going to want to use everybody's card.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But also keep in mind that every card actually does cost money to print.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's why I put it at a stretch goal at like 29 or whatever. The quotes I've been getting are pretty, I'm assuming they're pretty good, at least from what I can tell. they didn't scare me off. So
Yeah. You go to Got Print?
Huh?
Did you check Got Print?
No. Who's that again?
Got Print.
Got Print. Oh, okay. What is that? Printer? Card printer?
Card printer, yeah.
Oh, well, I will check them now. There was a company in Tennessee that I was gonna use, so that works.
If it works, it works. Mine look pretty good.
Got Print. Okay, I'm gonna write that down somewhere. I gotta remember. Okay, I'll write it on this Wolverine sketch.
Or you could just ask me later.
Okay, I can do that too.
Ah, darn Kevin draw so fast, right? Don't use mics. Sketch cards by the drawn and quartered crew. Yeah, don't use mics. Well, like I said, I might try to do at least the initial character for the cover I'm going to do for Kevin.
Yeah.
So that's me. Two birds, one stone, you know?
Exactly.
Kidding, says Mark Anthony.
Hey, thank you, Mark Anthony. Big joke on and all.
I'm getting a little peaked.
Are you getting sleepy?
Hungry.
Oh, hungry. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sleepy at all.
Oh, thank you, Mark Anthony. I'm glad you dug that rose. Thank you, Snarky Weezer. I appreciate it, buddy.
When will Kevin be adding your cover as a perk?
You know, now that I found out that we can do that, I need to get on the horn real quick with the printers and make sure I can verify the price I'll get, and then we'll go ahead and add that ASAP. Because I originally thought I was going with the prices of like Mix'em, and when I talked to the people I had talked to, they didn't give me a quote on an extra cover. So I got a little worried. That's the only reason why I hadn't even asked Mike to do the cover, because I was like, shoot, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to afford it. But now it sounds like everything is cool, so we'll get that up there. I'll try to get it up there well before the end of the campaign. So, because I want to advertise it as much as possible. Yeah, you can definitely tell I'm getting sleepy. I can't think straight. I mean, I have to think about all the words I say.
Well, let me get it done before you promote it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I had no clue that they could do that, those extra covers that cheap, or at least changing over and making You were saying it was like $89 or 80 something another dollar.
Yeah, something like that. It's around 100 or less.
Oh, okay. Wow. Even if it was like that other place, the price was like the other place, like a Transcontinental, and it was like $200. That's still a surprise to me. I'm like, oh man, I'll definitely do that.
Transcontinental was charging you $200?
No, you were mentioning something to me about the change the plate over was like a $200 or something like that, close to $200, or maybe I'm wrong.
It was $100. It was $100.
Oh, it was $100. Oh, okay. All right, P Money. I'm gonna hold this up here in the camera here and let you tell me whether or not you're happy with it.
He says it's terrible.
Well, he can just say, "Hey, now, bigger, smaller, whatever you need to express. Go ahead."
He said, "So far, it's awesomer."
All right, cool. So I'm glad you're happy, man. And then Mike McMahon, your Lone Star will be up next. Is there Mike McMahon? Is there a specific Lone Star you prefer me to draw, or version of Lone Star? Look, whatever you.
Kevin wants to draw the classic Lone Star.
I can't help it. It's a nice design. It's a really nice design.
I do appreciate that. It just didn't make sense in the modern context of Lone Star, so.
Yeah, I got you. Now that I have an understanding of where you were going with it, it's like totally makes sense too. I see where you're coming from.
There was a guy holding a box on top of a cliff in 1700 times. What are you talking? Who are you talking to? Oh, you're trying to figure out what this project is. I gotcha.
People are crafty, man.
All right.
That's everybody asks me. Is like, well, what's this about? And are you doing this? And I'm like, man, I don't want to say anything. You guys are way too smart. And a lot of people in their movie trailers are just assume you guys are dumb, and then they pay for it later because you guys have already figured out the plots and stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing. I've kept Lone Star stuff close to the vest. So, guys, if you've read Lone Star and you want to talk about it, you make sure you keep those spoilers to yourself. Keep the spoilers to yourself.
I know that frustrates some people. I know, like, man, Nighthawk Warrior, he's on me all the time. What's this? And where's the pages? Where's more? I want to see more. Or what are you doing here? And I'm like, I can't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to give it away.
All right.
And you guys are too good. You're too smart. I don't assume my audience is dumb. That's where I start off at it anyway.
My audience is not dumb. I have cultivated the smartest audience on YouTube. That's why it's so small.
Oh, Lord. Have you heard from Elliot lately, by the way? Just curious. He been on?
No.
Okay.
Not. I was gonna say all the dummies unsubbed.
Alrighty.
Mike McMahon says, do the version you want.
All right. That's cool, Mike. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Hmm?
Ching chong.
Ching chong.
You're in so much trouble, young man.
I hate fiction books. Good thing Mike's adapting it. It'll still be fiction. Just FYI.
Mark Anthony says he's doing P-Money's right now. Okay, yeah, I got that.
And no, I'm not drawing the Vampire Lestat. As far as you know. Has that been turned into a comic?
I could be completely wrong on this. I know. I want to say there was maybe a painted graphic novel.
Really?
That maybe. What's the name of the John Bolton? I want to say maybe John Bolton did that. I could be wrong.
Interview with a Vampire.
Maybe. I know he did the Army of Darkness one, but that's why I'm trying to think of him as that. Maybe there was a project with him doing the Interview with the Vampire comic, or an adaptation of something, or maybe the movie, maybe at the most. I could be completely wrong, though. I mean, Lady Celtic Moon, of course I've missed an hour. Well, thank you for coming in, Lady Celtic Moon.
Welcome, welcome. Yeah, sorry I don't do regularly scheduled broadcasts. Regularly scheduled.
Jeff Potts says, John Bolton, the walking mustache that Trump fired? Not that one. There's a painter named, and I believe he did, wasn't he the artist on Classic X-Men that did all the really illustrative, the backup stories? They kind of filled in the holes.
I don't remember, man.
Yeah, the Classic X-Men, they would print the older stories, but then there would be kind of like these stories in the backup written by Chris Claremont that would fill in the gaps of whatever, maybe some backup stories that would fill up or accentuate the stories that the classic stories they were reprinting. And he had this really realistic illustrative style, and it was really beautiful stuff. Really, really good stuff. And then later he just kind of migrated to painting, and all his stuff was painted work.
That does not sound familiar.
I started collecting Classic X-Men because of the Arthur Adams covers, and yeah, all of them were Arthur Adams. Mainly were Arthur Adams covers. They were so cool, and then
hey guys, knock it off. Don't want to buy some kids.
Mike McMahon says, I can't believe you did all that with a cheap brush, Mike. Knock it off for being so good.
Well, thank you. $4. I haven't even tried the other ones yet. It's a 4-pack, and it came with 4 different brushes. So I've only tried this one.
Holy cow, my geek cred was pretty good. Wandel Diablo says the Interview with the Vampire comic adaptation was written by Cynthia J. Wood with art by Joe Phillips and covers by John Bolton. So I was not that far off. Wow.
Joe Phillips. I know Joe.
Wasn't Joe Phillips, is this the same Joe Phillips that was at Gaijin Studios?
Yep.
Oh, okay. There we go. Cool. Because I know he went out to Wildstorm, didn't he, for a while?
Yeah, he lives in San Diego.
Oh, okay. Cool.
He lost a foot to diabetes, or a leg.
Oh, man. Yeah, I got to watch that myself.
Yeah, I'm pre-diabetic, so I don't know what. I try to cut down on my carbs, which is not sugar, oddly for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, pasta and rice and stuff.
Yep, that's the same problem. Okay, I'm not going to say I don't have a problem with sweets, but my larger problem is that I should have been maybe possibly born Asian, because I love me some rice. And mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, those things. It's a very southern diet right there.
I know you punched yourself in the face.
And that was my problem, or is my problem, one I have to tame.
Yeah, I just try to avoid most carbs before like dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I have to have something for lunch, I will, but I try not to have anything for breakfast that'll spike my blood sugar. So just hard-boiled eggs or whatever, if I've got some meat in the fridge.
There you go. And it sucks because, like, I used to, or at least before winter, I was going out and walking every day at my daughter's school at her track. They have a track out there, most schools do, but I would walk that and get the exercise in. And since the winter, I haven't been able to do any because it's been usually pretty cold. And then I had a bout with bronchitis, so trying to keep out of the cold air. And it's like it's been 30 in the 30s at night here.
Oof.
Yeah, in May. Right. It's been in the 30s. And I'm like, dude, I've got to get out there and get walking. This is crazy, man. It's like in the 50s in the daytime here. So, I want to get back to walking.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to leave San Diego.
Yeah, it's just this crazy cold snap that just came out of the blue, and everybody's like, it's May.
Stop it.
Yeah, exactly. D-Money says, Kevin Sharp and Black Wish Universe, how long you guys known each other? Not long.
Nope.
Yeah, just last year. But Mike has been one of the best human beings that's ever helped me out and stuff. And that's get along fine with me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, how did we meet? But I remember I pulled you in from the draw along.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think the first piece you guys noticed, or I just kind of jumped in and did something along. I think it was that Wolverine mashup thing, or maybe it was a amalgam night or something. I can't remember, but I was like redesigning Marvel characters or something like that. And I did a Wolverine.
Was it Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel?
Yeah, I did a Wolverine and I did like a patriotic Wolverine. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was a patriotic theme or something like that.
That might have been
it. Maldecentian. I can't pronounce it, so I apologize for butchering you. Love it when you draw girls, Mr. Sharp. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's usually what I think is my weakest, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
When your kung fu is this strong, your weakest is powerful.
All right. Throw some blacks in here, and then this one is done. I'm surprised Gary Shipman didn't try to come in. He might be worn out though from doing this.
Yeah. Gary's doing his own thing right now.
Mm.
Maldicienten says no problem about the pronunciation. My brush. My $4 brush pen needs to be cleaned a little bit. Yeah, so that's nice. YouTube bringing people together.
Mm-hmm.
Better than the opposite, tearing them apart. Seems to be the status quo.
And Mike McMahon has some kind words for you too.
For me?
Yes.
Oh,
Mike has saved my butt many times by having me on Friday Night Auctions when he didn't have to. Mike is good people. I agree, sir. I agree.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Mike. That's the whole reason I do it, is so that you'll come up in the chat and say nice things about me. There, I have my reward. Yeah, what's hard for me is when like people want to come on the auctions, but like I don't know how they'll do because the audience is unfamiliar, and usually the audience likes to support like people that are on the show and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're really good artists, and it's like I think they should make money, but sometimes that's just not what it's about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's all good. Trying to see if I can get my picture in the camera a little bit better for everybody. I know I'm kind of gravitating off screen. There's some jokes going on in the chat that I don't understand and don't want to necessarily get in the middle of.
P Money says getting applause from a man losing his treasures in heaven. Yep, I know. Oh well. What are you gonna do? I don't mind being a poor man in heaven. It's all about location. Heck, I'm a poor man in San Diego. I still don't want to move so I can be a rich man in Idaho.
Well, I wouldn't say Idaho. I'd want to watch out for the tornadoes, but I definitely think there's a few places out east that maybe you might find pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I have considered South Carolina. Just not real sure. Not real sure about nothing. And plus, my mom lives real close to here, so I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if she'd be like, "Oh yeah, that sounds fun."
Yeah.
Not. Might be interesting to live on the East Coast for a while, though.
There's some beaches that are okay. I mean, it's a little. Oh, gotcha.
Hallelujah!
That one kind of built up there. I had time to bless you before you were even done sneezing.
Jeff Potts says, "Come on over to Michigan. The weather sucks, but the insane socialism is the same." Same. You're not selling me on it. See the pyramids along the night. I'm almost done with this page, man.
Oh, sweet. Is that the second page?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. Man, you were just rolling. For what it's worth, you know, as far as I know you were saying they're simple, but, you know.
Yeah, I'll take a couple simple pages here and there. I ain't opposed. They're not as fun, you know.
No. Sometimes you need a break, though, man. Like doing something simple, it's cool to be known for doing stuff that might be elaborate or might be really technical. But some days you just need a break and just go, okay, it needs to flow and be simple.
Yeah. It just hurts me when it hurts me when people focus on speed over the art.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't want to name anybody because I've got good friends that do this sort of thing, but I'm like, oh God, it's like, you know, aren't you more concerned about doing your best work?
Well, yeah. Well, see, that's the thing with your stuff. I when I commend you, I mean, I'm not saying you're talking about me, but I'm just
No.
When I say your speed amazes me, it's because of the amount of stuff you put into it, and yet you're able to accomplish that I would still be kind of racking my brains on, you know. And
yeah, but you're fast too, Kevin. So
we try. We have our moments.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that is just kind of a situation that a lot of artists find themselves in. Is like, dude, you have to bust out 2-3 pages a day or something to survive. It's like sad.
Or you get a schedule. That's kind of just the name of the game. You get a book that's the schedule's crazy. Like, oh,
yeah,
got to draw a book in 2 weeks. And it's like, what?
Yeah. Did those 11? I told you that time I had to do 11 X-Force pages in 24 hours.
What? How is that even possible?
Because Jason, I'm gonna throw Liebig under the table, under the bus here. So I got the issue 90, I think it was 92 of X-Force, and Jason's like, yeah, you got you got a month to do it, and blah blah blah. So I'm doing the first half. I'm doing it a normal clip, and whatever. And then I got he said, I was like, how much time do we have left? And he said 2 weeks, and then I had 11 pages left, and he calls me the next day and he's like, oh, do you remember I said 2 weeks? I meant 2 days. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, we got to split it up between artists to get it done. And I'm like, no, you don't. I'm like, I'll do it. I'll get it done. He's like, really? I'm like, yep. Give me 2 days.
Holy cow.
Got the second half of the book done in 2 days.
I cried like a baby when I had to do 7 pages on a weekend. And whoo.
Yeah, you didn't want to see these pages, though. They're pretty bad pages. What drove me nuts is my mentor looked at them after I did them, and he said they were the best pages I'd ever done.
Oh,
I'm like, screw you, dude.
Oh no.
But it's because I get, you see me work. I get really like nitty gritty and into like, I love detail. And so me just blowing through it, everything was like super loose, and he just really loved that. Either that or he's just freaking trying to piss me off. That's also a possibility. Yeah, it's like that. You never lived on the eastern side, Mike. No, sir. No, sir. The farthest east I've lived is Tejas, Austin, Texas. Other than that, it's California, Hawaii, Portland, Oregon. And that's all she wrote. See the pyramids along the Nile.
Alrighty, I'm looking around. I don't think we have any more backers, but I'll just say before we close, or at least before I close out the period of when you can get the sketches, we'll say it one more time while I'm drawing these sketches. You could go back Dragon Guard on Indiegogo, and once you back Dragon Guard on Indiegogo, you will get a backer number. Come back here in the chat, drop in your backer number, and let me know what character you want, and you will get I will draw a free sketch for you, any character you want.
Telling you guys, it's madness.
So that's where we're going with everything today. I've already packed everything up. I can't play guitar on Mike's stream right now, but we still are doing the free backer sketches right now.
One, two, buckle my shoe. So after I finish these 2 pages, I'm going to be jumping back onto Lone Star.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if I want to keep up or if I want to finish this book first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But this is page 6, 7, and I'm done up to 5 on Lone Star. So I could either do 2 pages on Lone Star or maybe 1 on Lone Star and then come back to this. What do you think, Kevin? What should I do? Guide me, brother.
Well, see, this is hard for me. I wish I could give you a good answer, but I can't because I know I would be in so much stress. I'd be taking way more high blood pressure pills than I would be if I had multiple projects going at the same time. So,
that's not, you haven't always done that?
No, I hate it. I have to do one at a time if I can because I know that it's the stress. It's not so much that I couldn't if I needed to. It's just the amount of stress that it builds on me. I'm always cussing and.
Well, for me, it's like this one is work and one is my book.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did the first 20 pages of Lone Star while I was working on Injustice.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, long before all this YouTube stuff and all that stuff, Comicsgate and all that, I was already working on Lone Star.
Oh, wow. Well, that's what I was going to ask you. I was like, if you were working on Lone Star, or, I mean, working on an Injustice, and you were doing Lone Star, at least as far as an idea and getting pages done, what caused you to, or I don't know how to say it, but what caused you to not be on Injustice anymore? Then I mean, as far as, was it Lone Star or?
Oh no, that just dried up.
Oh,
When Injustice 2 rolled around, they didn't want to do it the same way as they did it before.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to have art team, because before it was so crapshoot. It was like they would give pages to whoever was done with pages. That's why I did so much of it, because I was faster than the teams that had pencilers and inkers on them.
Mm-hmm.
So I would get lots of pages. But on the next, when Lone Star 2 started, they're like, we want it to make a little more sense. So they broke it up into, they gave I think Bruno Redondo the Batman chapters.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me the Supergirl chapters. They gave somebody else like some other whatever. But it just, the Supergirl chapters weren't all that often, so I just kind of was tapering off for me. So I was like, oh, I have time to work on something else. So I was just gonna sit there and twiddle my thumbs.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Because I didn't know what I could say or ask you a question about without necessarily
I am an open book, my friend.
getting them too much in the weeds or anything, and make it look or make it something bad about the editors, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Oh no, Jim Chadwick's a great guy.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, I got nothing bad to say about any DC editors that I know personally. Mike McAllister's a great guy. Jim's a good guy. Hank Canals. I mean, I've known that guy my entire career. He was my editor over at Malibu.
Oh, okay. I was just worried that it's maybe because you were doing Lone Star and because of the whole hype around Comicsgate, then.
Oh no, that was done by then.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Just say I didn't know if that had affected any of your work because of that or not.
No, I didn't try to get any work after I started working on Lone Star. I was making most of my money at cons prior to Comicsgate anyways. And then I just stopped doing the cons. Probably shouldn't have. If I were smart enough not to listen to the advice of certain people, I would have continued to do cons and continued to have supplemental income on top of the income from the books.
Mm.
I mean, from Lone Star. But oh well. Lesson learned.
Yeah, it's a little different for me out here. And at least for me, and it's not a slam on any of the con organizers, but it started to dry up a little bit here, and I wasn't making quite as much as I used to.
Yeah, me either. And which was funny because it's like I made 10 grand at that last San Diego Comic-Con, and it just felt like such a failure because I made 20 grand the year before. Right? And then you have to, it's got to dawn on you. You made 10 grand in a week. It's like, that's not a failure. That's just, it's just not freaking 20 grand. So, yeah.
Dude, I would love to have made that kind of money.
Well, it takes money to make that kind of money, man.
Yeah.
I had so much stock. It cost me so much to get all the medals printed for that show, and that's not 10 grand profit. That's those metal prints ain't cheap. And when you're doing, that's the thing, when you're doing shows, you've got to stock up, right? Like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of inventory.
Yeah, because I remember you talking about all the having metal prints and all this stuff at shows. So that's one thing I just learned about when I started coming on the streams is the metal prints. And if the metal cards are any indication, man, I'm missing out because those came out really, really cool looking.
Right? Yeah, I'm thinking about offering an 11 by 17 metal print tier on my next campaign.
Sweet. I got to thinking, I was like, the metal cards actually have a little heft to them, and I was wondering because I'm offering, comic-sized metal cards.
Yes, they're heavy.
And yeah, I was gonna say the 11 by 17 has got to have some heft to them.
Yeah. They do. Indeedly diddly do. I need some more ink. Kevin Sharp, were you working at both DC and Marvel at the same time, or were you exclusive at any point?
You know, here we go. I will go into one of my faults right there. I wasn't working at Marvel and DC at the same time, but I did work at. Let me see if I can remember this. First mistake I made was when I was on Vampirella. I took one gig. I didn't turn down the Steel Annual. I think the Steel Annual was the one, but I did a Steel Annual. Tried to do the Steel Annual because naive me, I didn't want to turn it down because it was my the same. I think it was the same editor that gave me my first gig at DC. So I decided I was going to do in the same month the Steel Annual and my issue of Vampirella, and that slowed down. Plus, another bizarre thing to have happen was I had somebody where I'd moved into an apartment with some friends of mine, and it was three of us in an apartment, and somebody, I don't know what happened, but the suspicion is the previous people that lived there were stealing my checks from Harris.
What?
Yeah, and because we had one of those big square mailboxes, the ones that have multiple little boxes, and it's outside the apartment complex, and they have those little keys. They're all, multiple little mailboxes, and somebody had been stealing my checks, and I get a call from legal at Harris because I was asking where my money was, and they were like, "Dude, what are you trying to pull on us?" And I was like, "I'm not trying to pull anything." And I had an investigation and all that stuff, but at the same time, I had the Steel Annual I was going to do, and then that just complicated things more, and it just made me look like a complete, douche, and which it wasn't the case. And I had the police investigated it, found that it was, there was, what had happened is the people that had been stealing the checks were friends with one of the banks in town, and the banks wouldn't release the tapes. They said they had lost them or whatever, but basically the police had figured out that somebody was a friend of one of the bank tellers and let them cash my checks.
Jeez.
Yeah. And so the police investigated. I was cleared of it, but at the same time, by then I had, with the investigation and with me doing a second book, Harris dropped me, and that's what happened. So
was it David?
Let me see, David
Bogart.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. I don't know how you knew that, but you're exactly right.
Time frame.
Yeah. Yeah, he was constantly cussing on the phone at me, and I was like, "Dude, I don't even know you, and trust me. I mean, I know it's hard on your end. I understand, but don't cuss me out, and because I will give it back to you 100%." And it was kind of one of those things. It's like, dude, I swear to you, this is my golden gig. I don't want to mess that up. And then, of course, so anyway, long story short is, I did with a situation where I learned a lesson about taking too many gigs at the same time and understand what you can reasonably handle and don't screw yourself over. So that's why I don't do two things at once, at least on my end, because I know I can't handle it. I know my limitations, I guess I should say.
All right. I try not to know my limitations.
See, again, there's something to be said for that confidence, and I don't have it. I look at what happened to me in the past, and I'm like, dude, I'm not going to be stupid again. And at the same time, maybe I'd be.
I have no fear of being stupid. Ha ha.
Or I may be faster. That's a better way of saying it. I may be faster if I'd learned it. Yeah, who knows? I'm just trying to say, for me, I learned a lesson, and I'm very scared about repeating those mistakes.
No, you're a much wiser man than I.
let's see. Now I'm on to Mr. Mike. Oh yeah, P Money. Just if you're still there. Yeah. There you go. Put it in here. I may fix that curl so it make her look like she has a weird chin. I'll fix that. Okay, that's better. Alrighty. So we got that for P Money, and next one in line is Mike McMahon. So we're going to Lone Star.
Lone Star. Out of the hero.
And everybody, I apologize for my squeaky chair. It might be a little loud. Well,
What's loud? What's loud, Kevin?
Oh, my chair?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay, cool.
I apologize for my loud children.
I can't even hear anything. I hear some humming, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right,
All that noisy humming.
Enough is enough.
So you following Obamagate at all?
Yeah. At least as far as what it looks like, anyway, and it wouldn't surprise me if that is true.
Yeah. I wonder if I should follow these lines all the way through. I think I should.
My only thought would be that I don't know how smart it is. It may be very smart. I'm just saying politically, I'm just trying to figure out the strategy, but I don't know how smart it is to keep bringing him into the middle of everything, since everybody looks so much more people look at him favorably, at Obama favorably. I don't know if that's the battle he needs to fight. I don't know.
Justice, man. Justice must be done.
Yeah. And that's part of me saying that, yeah, too. Yeah, is that I agree. It's just the whole COVID thing has hit him so hard, hit Trump so hard, that it's like, where do you, regardless, they've weaponized the virus in such a way that it's like, man, it's a tough hill to climb. At least popularity-wise, you know.
Oh, I don't think Trump worries about that. You know, I mean, he likes being popular, but I don't think he makes decisions based on that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I agree. I guess maybe it's a question for the strategist, but how does that affect him in the November elections? And
if Biden is under indictment, I think it helps him.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. I know, me personally, I don't know how they're going to do debates, or whether or not they're even going to do debates. But I know for a fact that anybody can reasonably see that Biden, if you get him stirred up, as much as he seems to be teetering on dementia, that if you get him stirred up in a debate, he's going to just show how bad he is, how bad off he is. And it's going to be very clear. And I think they want to avoid that at any cost, I think they're trying to look for any excuse to keep Biden out of a debate. Excuse me.
I can see that. Edwin made a funny point the other day on Twitter. How can you fight a culture war if you're not allowed to talk about politics?
Yeah. Yep. multifaceted in the way that they were attacking free speech and things like that from different platforms, whether it's Twitter or YouTube or.
Man, I've been really good about staying out of fights on Twitter.
Yeah, you've got things locked out and stuff too, so that's a good one. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, private, or what is it called?
Protected tweets and
Yeah,
stuff.
protect. I protected my account.
Yep.
So now, yeah. I didn't even know what that would end up doing, but it seems to have really chilled out my Twitter feed.
There you go. That's what I'm saying, man. It's too crazy. That was one of the reasons, or I hated Twitter. I was telling when I was on Antonio's stream a couple of weeks ago. I told him, I was like, man, I hated Twitter. I absolutely hated it. Wasn't going to go on it, and then I was trying to look for other platforms to promote my art, and I was like, okay, if I do this, my fiance, I told her, I said, hey, I'm not going to get into Twitter arguments. I'm going to just post the artwork and keep posting artwork and see if that works. It keeps me out of trouble. And mostly it has.
Elka John.
Right. Got a little something to fix here. Hey, do you watch Vikings?
I do not. I don't have a lot of time. Well, I don't even have too many subscriptions to any streaming services, so I don't get a chance to see Vikings. I'm kind of interested in it. I know there's a couple of people in there that I would like to see, like what's her name, Catherine Winnick, the blonde-haired chick.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah, and so I want to check it out because of her. Is it good?
The first few seasons are good. This last season they have up right now is really kind of grating on my nerves.
Oh.
They had a funeral episode. It was the entire episode was a funeral. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, they didn't even do anything like that for like when one of the main players died in an earlier episode. They didn't do anything like that. I'm like, killed me.
Was it like a funeral with like flashbacks or anything to celebrate the character or something, or is it just a completely
It's just
a funeral from start to finish?
Mostly just boring ass funeral from start to finish.
Oh wow!
I know. It's kind of annoying. You know what? I'm going to just play with details since you're not done yet, and I almost am.
Who was that?
Oh, I'm just gonna sit here and do some detail stuff because I'm almost done.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you got to go, if you're tired or whatever, that's fine. I'm
not tired. I could start another page, but
okay. Well, it's on the East Coast here. I got to wrap it up. It's like 2 o'clock here, so
okay.
I may have to wrap it up soon. I won't say I'm going to do it now, but it'll be half hour or so.
Okay, that sounds good. Sounds good. I can do my fill-ins. I can talk to the chat. Let's see.
Modern Lone Star, in the proper context, but Modern Lone Star has the wavy, I guess, flags off the star on his headpiece.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Classic has. Are you doing modern?
No, I'm doing this the
classic.
Classic, but I just wanted to make sure I understood the differences. That's all.
Yeah, classics is straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like such a dummy, man. When I did the cover and then I didn't understand the whole flag facing forward thing, and I goofed it up.
That's all right. I goofed it up in the book because I had flag forward and on World War II soldiers, and they didn't start that till the 80s.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. I think you had told me something about that when you were trying to explain why it was different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Hey, Mike, you got it in reverse." No, dummy. Kev just doesn't understand that they had changed it like that.
I want some. My son brought some queso and Tostitos in here. So I may take a small break from inking, and you guys can get some ASMR time.
Let's see. Who's in here? Make sure everybody's here. Lady Celtic Moon, Jeff Potts, A Fuzzy Creature, Snarky Weezer, Victor, I've already probably said. P Money, I think is still here.
No. Just so people
Zork.
All right, good. I haven't missed anything. Just wanted to make sure through the chat that I didn't miss anybody's backing. That's okay. I am good. Captain Hiltz dropped the link in. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Your mouse is not working.
Get a new mouse. That thing sucks. Huh?
That's great.
Oh no. My brush is glooping. Glooping! My brush is glooping.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
There's one thing about these: if you do fill them up with ink, then when you're doing filling in large areas with ink, you don't have to dip or nothing. You just like.
Oh, that's awesome! And that's a Pentel, you said?
Well, this one's not, but yeah, you can get the Pentel ones.
Oh, okay.
Ah, man, I messed up.
I think I bought one of those, but I didn't like it initially because, or at least maybe it was a cheaper one. I'm not sure, but the bristles were real stiff, and when you went to clean them, it was a pain in the butt. Like they were, like I said, white. It was like a white brush hairs, and to clean them, they just wouldn't. They still stayed kind of gray or look really ugly trying to clean them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just a cheap brush. It could very well have been that.
Yeah, these are cheap brushes.
Oh.
Indeed.
Yeah, but you're getting good lines out of them.
Well, I mean, how much practice do you have with brushes?
Well, I try to get some in, at least with the Bemojis. Those have been really fun. And ever since I've been streaming with you, and I've been trying to take a little bit of time every now and then to sit down and start taking any brush and start practicing brush lines. Man, you were like very talented. It's going to take a while for me to get to any kind of your level.
Yeah, it's just practice.
Found it.
Mike McMahon says, you two need to do these duo streams more often. Yes. Well, the only problem is I'm pretty sure you guys would get bored with me. I know Mike would get bored with me really fast.
Don't be silly. Don't be silly.
I am not the greatest conversationalist in the world.
People don't come to drawing streams for conversation.
Oh no.
Oh no, what?
My chip broke.
Oh no.
Enough on those. Uno. Time.
Fuzzy Creature says there are some indications that, going back to what we were talking about, there are some indications that the Obama campaign was spying directly on Trump via an investigation of Flynn going back to May 2016. Mike the Man follows, or he says, going back to what I was reading off from Mike the Man, I come for the inspirations. All right, cool. That is awesome.
I'm here to inspire you.
Yeah. I know for me, it's like when I was a kid, I was getting those, I would track down those Comics Greats videos with Stan Lee and like Todd and Jim. And that was the closest I would get, besides being at a con, to hearing, pros talk about the business. And that would inspire me. I'd just sit there and crank those while I draw, and it would just, I felt like I was close to the industry, and I felt like, it pushed me to get better, so.
Sure.
I can definitely agree with Mike. I hear that. Get to watch Mike. That helps me, pushes me a little bit. I can go, I suck.
Stop it.
You are sensei with all kinds of stuff.
Mutual Admiration Society. All right. Done with that, except that's not perfect. That's fixing right there.
And find out which head set it is for this potion.
And I did goof over here.
2000?
What's that mess up right there?
Okay. Let's see.
Anyplace else?
Mike McMahon, here's the rough sketch of Lone Star Golden Age version, which I'll try to slim down to. I know I go make him a little bit, about 50 pounds heavier than he should be. So.
Well, he should look like the build of a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, exactly. I have to catch myself, and I just tend to go there because I think Captain America, and then I tend to go nuts.
All right, here's my double page spread that I just inked while we were on stream in the last 2 hours and 48 minutes. Here, let me get everybody get a full screen here. There you go.
Cool. Look at this, a double page spread in a couple hours, man.
Yeah, but I had to draw it before that. Just inks, and a whole lot of it is open space inks. So,
yeah. And
this was fun. I really wish I had done this texture on camera because it was fun to do.
Oh, cool. What'd you use? Did you quill or anything like that?
But that's the thing about the brush pen, or about brushes, is that by using them, in a sort of a sideways manner, you can get these great textures, so organic that, you really can't get with anything else. I wonder if you could do it digitally. I don't know. Probably. I'm sure someone's made up a brush that can do it. But, all right. All right. There we go. I'm gonna make you the star of the show for a bit, so we can watch you draw Lone Star while I eat some chips.
There, you go ahead and do that, and I'll try to talk.
Well, I'll still be here, so
Oh, okay, cool.
I'll be here eating chips. Where's the chips? Give me the bag. Give me the bowl. Oh, yeah.
So, Mike McMahon, is this cool with you? I just sort of hold it up to the camera before I start inking it.
It's cold.
All right.
I heat it up for 4 minutes. Still cold.
Fuzzy Creature says, when I fall from this cliff, I shall be reborn into the body of an earlier career consultant, my greatest achievement ever. All right. Maximum punishment, justice for Dinesh. Yeah, Brandon.
Yep.
You know about that, right, with Dinesh D'Souza?
I know that he was jailed for something, and it seemed pretty bogus. That's all I remember. I didn't get the details.
They put him in jail because he gave his college buddy like $25,000 to run for Congress or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was a campaign finance law.
Yeah.
And it should have been like a slap on the wrist or a fine or something, and they freaking put him in jail with rapists and murderers.
They really gotta come out with flyers.
Oh, that's good.
It's spicy.
It is spicy.
The only thing I could think about with Dinesh was that he was on Glenn Beck's program one time, and he was speaking very analytically about something, and I can't remember what the subject was, but he used the N-word just because because of the subject and what he was quoting somebody, and Glenn just cringed and crumpled. I mean, you could hear him over the radio, just like the cringe, and it's like, oh God, you just got me into so much trouble. and Dinesh is just kind of speaking very matter of factly, and because he was quoting somebody, he wasn't using the N-word in any kind of frame of just casually saying it. It was something like that. But man, Glenn, oh my, you could hear it. It was one of those awkward but funny conversations I had ever heard on the radio, because you could just feel it ebbing through the radio. It's like, oh, you done did it now. Glenn is going to lose his mind.
Maybe he should have been on with Alex Jones.
Exactly.
I'm going to eat my neighbor.
It's like Dinesh has this kind of weird his mannerisms is very, he's a very smart dude, and yet he's got kind of like this quiet, naiveness to him, naivete about him in certain things, and he doesn't mean anything by it, but it's just, he just blunders into some of these things, and it's hilarious, man. I
love watching him with Hitchens.
Yeah.
Those debates were some of just the best debates ever.
Yep. Yeah, Hitchens passed away, didn't he? A couple of years ago. Am I crazy or?
Wait, what?
Christopher Hitchens, right?
He passed away. Yeah.
Yeah, he passed away. Yeah. Okay. I'll make sure I don't I was thinking of the right one.
Can you guys hear me chewing on this stuff?
No worse than Siege. She's gonna hit me, or she's gonna hit back at me, saying that.
All right, let me check my email real quick.
So everybody out there, I'm drawing Lone Star for Mike McMahon. He is a backer of Dragon Guard, and he got his sketch here. He wanted Lone Star.
Someone got his digital comic. Oh, he hasn't gotten his digital comic yet? Jeez. Okay, I gotta send that out.
Hey, thank you, Mike McMahon. I appreciate it, buddy.
Is mommy awake?
Yes.
What's she doing?
In her bed. She's watching film.
What are you doing at the tweezers?
Well, I'm trying to get a key out, and it won't budge. What's here? Just pop. Just popped right out.
They just pop them right out.
And then this, it just slips right off. Just look at his. How does it just stick on?
All right, Mig's got his cami in the mail.
All right.
Well, he should have got it a while ago.
It's not really scary. It's a key that you it's not it actually fixes.
We had a good Star Wars discussion on Twitter today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, about the balance of the Force and the Jedi and the Sith, and it all started because I shared somebody's tweet about the fight with Darth Maul.
Oh yeah, was that the Dave Filoni thing that I saw being passed around?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hadn't looked at that fight from that I guess from that opinion or from that point of view, but I guess it makes a good case there that was well thought out.
Yeah, which means it was accidental.
I think I've already made a lot of lists or viewers cringe anyway, because I finally got around to seeing I had seen Last Jedi, and mostly everybody here probably already knows that I am not a Star Wars fan in the sense that I grew up with it and liked it and loved it and this and that. I've seen the movies, but I didn't see them until way later in life. So I'm not a Star Wars fan. So I'd seen Last Jedi, and my takeaway was I was really mad about the way they did Luke, but I thought it was a visually interesting film. The visuals were cool anyway. And then I saw Rise of Skywalker, and I actually liked some of it. So that probably made some people pull their hair out.
Well, I think if you threw away all the rest of Star Wars canon and you just watched Rise of Skywalker by itself, I might have been able to enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, I went into it in a different, I guess, a different aspect. I didn't mind. Here's my thing about storytelling, and maybe it sounds naive on my part, or maybe it sounds whatever. Maybe I'm just wrong. I'm willing to admit that too. But my thought about Rey was, if your end game was the Palpatine thing, where Palpatine's really all powerful, and Rey grew up by herself, and the only person to train Rey was herself. Let's say, like you were riding a bicycle. I know when I was a kid, nobody taught me how to ride a bicycle. I had to learn it myself. You know, I just kind of picked up my cousin's bike one day and kept falling down until I got it. So when I did that, and if the end goal was Palpatine was her father, or this clone, whatever they're trying to revamp it as, then I can understand her being as powerful as she is, and I don't mind. It doesn't come off as a Mary Sue to me. It seems like there's an end game there. I'm not saying that was the intent, but if that was the intent, then it makes sense to me. She's going to be really powerful, and she probably trained herself. So anyway, that's why I wasn't bothered by Rey.
Well, I'm trying to see your argument.
It's not even an argument. I'm saying from my point of view, I don't even think that anybody's wrong for not liking her because of the Mary Sue argument. I'm just saying that if the intent was there, then it's storytelling wise, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with her learning how to be a Jedi and discovering it, because we're never with her for those, what is she, like 20 or something like that? So we're not with her that whole time where she's developed it, like let's say Iron Man, you know, where you saw Tony develop the Iron Man suit. We're just kind of thrust into it going, hey, those however years she was growing up, we didn't need to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they said. They said we didn't need to see it.
Right.
She's got the powers, you know? She's got the power. Yeah. So I'm saying it's not great storytelling, but it doesn't insult me if the end game is this hashed up Emperor Palpatine is still alive kind of thing, which I already hated anyway, you know?
I feel you.
So, so let me say that I don't think people are wrong for not liking it. I'm just saying I can see, or I am saying that Rey doesn't bother me as much as many other story things could. Like just Palpatine being back. I hated that crap.
That was a little stupid. Yeah.
You know, I was so, when I saw Last Jedi, I wanted to know who the hell this Snoke guy is, and then they killed him. I was like, what?
Yeah. I could have written the third movie and made it all make sense, but they didn't hire me. They didn't hire me, Kevin.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's many things that can be argued that are terrible about it. I just wasn't on the train of, hey, Rey's so bad, if the end goal is the Palpatine thing, as bad as it is.
Yeah, but the end goal wasn't the Palpatine thing in the beginning.
Yeah. Exactly. It's BS.
All right, I kind of want to watch you do the rest of this thing, but at the same time, I kind of want to bail.
Oh, okay. I do that. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Just that's cool to call it a night. Mike McMahon, I'll let you take a look at it here, real quick. So
you gonna go finish it up on your channel?
It's getting late here. It's like 2:30, so I may have to. I'll just finish it up tomorrow.
All right. To be continued.
Yes, but yes, exactly. I will get some more time in and post these sketches.
Mike said it's so pretty.
Hey, thanks, Mike. And to Big C, who got the Black Canary, and to Jeremiah Jones, who got Hothead, I will definitely be finishing it up for you guys. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks, Kevin, for hanging out with me. I got nothing here. Oh, wait. I can switch my camera. Thanks everyone for hanging out, being part of our fun little community. I know it's a bad word, huh? No. Everybody just have a great night. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for something. I'll be on Unapologetic Mike. I did a really interesting cross-examinations today where I went through this scientific paper on how the human brain and the universe are correlated. So you guys should go check that out if you want to listen to me read a scientific paper. It was thrilling, I say, thrilling. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Kevin, any last words? How can people follow you?
Everybody can check me out on Instagram at KevHulk73 on Instagram, and then KevHulk73 on Twitter, as well as tonight we've been doing free sketches for backers. So if you back Dragon Guard, you're going to get a sketch during the duration of the live stream. I will do more of these, at least a couple of more before the end of the campaign. We've got like 16 or 17 days left. So look forward to it. Come back. We will do some more. And of course, as always, you will see me with Mike on Friday night auctions and Drawn and Quartered.
And Drawn and Quartered this week?
Drawn and Quartered this week is
Dragon Guard.
Dragon Guard. My book.
Since we were talking about Star Wars, by the way, everybody like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff if you have not already. And since we were talking about Star Wars, I'm going to go out with a couple Star Wars videos. So good night, all. We will see you later. Aloha.
Aloha.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground! You underestimate my power! Don't try it!